We are testing, we are testing. Hello, who is with me? Is anybody here? Is anybody with me? Hello? Who is with me? Who is with me? Who is with me? Okay, so in this very short live, I've come to tell us about some other alternatives that we can use in place of PKO. We know that the price of PKO these days is going up, high hill. PKO is becoming something else. Before now, I used to boast and tell myself that PKO is cheaper in Lagos than palm oil. Before now, I can buy a liter of PKO for 800, for 900, whereas a liter of palm oil, that is red oil, will sell for like 1,005. PKO has always been cheaper than palm oil. In my 10 years of making soap, PKO has actually been. Nobody is here. Hope what is happening? Hope nothing is wrong. Hello, nobody is joining. Nobody has joined me yet. Nobody is here yet. Okay, so I will just go ahead. Okay, so I will just go ahead. So maybe watch the replay. So like I was saying, I said PKO before now has been one of the cheapest oil that I used in making soap. In my 10 years of making soap, PKO has always been cheaper than red oil. But today, the reverse is the case. PKO has gone over the roof. And as business people, it is our duty to look for alternatives, to look for ways to make profit. Because if you don't make profit in business, what you're running is a charity. My students have been bombarding me, asking me what other alternatives that they can use to still remain in business and also remain profitable. So I went all out and I was able to find out some oils that you can actually use that can also give you good oils, good soap, and also you can make profit. And one of the oils that I discovered, this line will be very short, so we can go and do other things. So one of the oils I discovered is actually this oil. Look at it. Do you see it's looking like PKO? Do you see? This is not PKO. They call it fatty acid in the market. Look at it. They even labeled it for me. They labeled it fatty acid. When I went to my supplier, I'm like, what is happening with PKO? PKO has gone over the roof. Does it mean they don't want us to sell soap again and be profitable? He started telling me of other alternative oils that they have that I can use to make soap and also remain profitable. You know, this theory economics that when a particular product that it seems to be the market leader, the price is skyrocketing. When there is scarcity, let me put that, then you see alternatives coming in. So this is one of them. This is what he showed me. This is what he gave me. They call it fatty acid in the market. Even though we know that the usual fatty acid is made up of different acid, like the stearic acid, like lauric acid, and the rest of it. But this one, you know what they call it is what we will know. They call this fatty acid, and I just bought it. I said, okay, I will experiment it. I did a little experiment with it earlier on before I came on this live. What I noticed about it that is a good oil. It actually saponified fast, but I noticed that is a light oil. So for you to be able to work well with this oil, you should mix it with other oils, and it's very cheap. Where they sell PKO for, as at the day I went to the market like last week, PKO in Lagos was selling for 2,800 per liter. I was like, wow, is this my PKO? That I always brag and say I don't use palm oil. I use only PKO because it is cheaper in my area. But now it is far more expensive. But as business people, we must think outside the box. You don't say because I use PKO, you want to stay put. No, you look for alternatives. So one of the alternatives is this fatty acid. It's in the market. Go and ask your PKO vendor. Go and ask them, they have plenty alternatives for you. So where PKO is selling for like 2728, this is selling for like 151, the reduction. So even if you need to combine, if instead of buying 2 liters of PKO, you can use 1 liter of this. They call this fatty acid in the market. Look at, they labeled it for me from the market. Look at it. They call it fatty acid, and it's looking very well like PKO. You won't even, if they have not told you, you will not know. So you can combine 50-50. You can buy 1 liter of this fatty acid, buy 1 liter of PKO, and you'll be able to make your soap, because I noticed from the experiment I did earlier that it's a light oil. The soap saponified, actually, this is the soap, it's saponified, but it has not solidified yet. Look at it here. It's saponified, but it has not solidified. Maybe when I leave it till tomorrow, it will. But if it were PKO, fast, sharp, it would have saponified. So we can combine this with PKO. We can also combine this with palm oil, red oil, palm oil. Palm oil is a very hard oil. I think this will work very, very well with palm oil. This will also work well with tallow, your beef tallow. If you know where to get it, another cheap oil, though it's very hard. You can combine with this to give you a very, very good soap. So I've given you 3 options. You can use this. You can combine this with your PKO. If you're still bent on using PKO, you can combine this with PKO. You can combine this oil with your palm oil, red oil, bleached palm oil. You can also combine this oil with your animal fat, which is your tallow. Tallow is another hard oil. This oil is a very light oil for my experiment earlier. So you can combine this with your with another hard oil to get a very, very good, and it lathers very well. When I used it, even the small that touched my hand, I use it lathers very, very well. So let's see the cost implication. Let's say I want to make 2 liters of soap. Let me even use the PKO that is very expensive. And I buy 1 liter of PKO for 2007. And I bought 1 liter of this for 1005, and I combined it. Instead of using 2 liters of PKO that would have cost me 5,000, 5,400 for 2 liters. I'm now buying this one is 15, and PKO is 27. How much is it giving me? 4,200. I've been able to save a whopping 1,200 from just producing 2 liters, even before calculating. Look outside the box and look at alternatives that one of them. They call this in the market fatty acid. I got this actually on Ogechi market in Lagos. So ask your PKO vendor. I'm sure they have plenty of alternatives for you. Another alternative you can use, like I mentioned earlier, is actually your beef tallow. Because people have been shying away from using tallow. They'll say, I don't like the smell. I don't like this. But I can tell you, as a business person, you sincerely cannot run away from it, right? Because PKO has gone has gone away. I don't know what happened. And as it's running, everything that is produced from it is running with it. I wanted to buy vegetable oil, and they were telling me the normal bottle, they call bottle in Lagos, that is 75 is like 3,005. I'm like, wow, that is not even up to 1 liter. I'm like, wow, 3,005 for just the 75 cl of vegetable oil, because it is actually gotten from PKO. It is produced from PKO. So you can see. Think of others. You can actually use your tallow. In my group this week, somebody was asking for a tallow vendor, and I'm glad that somebody provided an answer. So if you're in Port Harcourt and you want to know where you can get your tallow, a vendor, send me a WhatsApp message after this meeting. I'm going to share the contact that was shared in my paid training group. My WhatsApp number, again, you can always see it on my videos, but I will tell you, it's 234-80-2904-660. I will give it to you for free. One of my students asked where she can get tallow in bulk in Port Harcourt, and another person responded by sharing a contact with her. I am very, very generous. I'm going to share, because all I want is for you to start that business and succeed. I want you to be profitable in that business. That is what I want. So I've given you 2 oils. You can actually use this oil that they call fatty acid. You can also use your tallow oil. Even if you don't want to use it alone, you can combine. If you feel that it does not foam a lot, add your foaming booster, add your foaming agent. You can add sulfonic, you can add SLS, you can add any foaming agent of yours to just boost the foaming. And you see that you will still get a very good soap that foams well. Another oil you can use is actually palm oil. Yes, is an alternative right now. Me that has been shying away, I said I don't like producing my soap with palm oil, but right now I sincerely don't have choice. I have to go back and start looking for other things I can do with palm oil. And I have a method that I use to produce palm oil using my semi-hot method. You can imagine I can produce my soap using 8 liters of palm oil, and I will be able to add 16 liters of water to that soap, and it will be fine. I actually added something some of you will call a polymer. Somebody was asking, what is a polymer? I don't know. Just go and ask ChatGPT or you Google, you'll find out. I love learning. So when you also do some research, you'll be able to find out some information yourself. And when you learn that way, it will stay with you. So you can also look at other ways to produce with your palm oil. Palm oil can actually, though it doesn't take so much oil, but with some twist, yes. I was able to make my soap with palm oil using my semi-hot method. I used my 8 liters of oil, and I was able to add as much as 16 liters of water. Even if you don't want to use up to 16 liters, you can reduce and use 12 liters or even 10 liters. You will still be more profitable than using PKO. I've given you the third option. The fourth option is one oil that they showed me in the market in Ojota also. They called it palm. They call it either palm. It's not palm stearin, but it comes in block. They sell it in 25 liters keg. And they say it's 35,000 naira. They call it something palm. Just go and ask your vendors. They have plenty alternative for you. They have plenty alternatives. Don't mind me, I'm sweating. This place is so hot. They have plenty alternatives for you. So they call it palm, palm or something. It is already congealed. It's sold in 25 liter can and it's sold for 35,000. That means 1 liter is less than 1,005. And one of my students has confirmed that she produced her soap with it, and its soap came out very beautiful. She didn't even need to mix it with anything. She just used her normal palm oil recipe, and it came out very well. I think that oil is actually bleached palm oil. I don't know how they got it, but they packed it in cans, and it has congealed there. So when you need to buy, why I didn't buy it, I don't sell in bits. You must buy the whole of the 25 liters, and I needed to test. And then you go and melt and you produce it. So just go and ask your vendor. That is the fourth option. And my last option I'll be giving you, do you know you can actually make soap with pork, oil from pork? Don't laugh. You can actually make soap with any type of oil. Some of us run away from pork. We don't, those of us that are Muslim understand this, I believe. But if you're not a Muslim, go and look for pork oil. If you can get it, where they slaughter a lot of porks, where they do porks, look for the oils. You can actually use the oil to produce your soap, and your soap will come out beautifully. And again, I also tell us that don't be afraid to increase the price of your soap at this time. Somebody was asking me 2 days ago that how much do we sell, how much is 300 grams of soap sold in Lagos? He's in Asaba. I told him 450. But to my greatest surprise, I went to survey yesterday and I bought this soap. This is one of the popular brand of soap. This is the pack. The pack is actually, I don't want to show the name. It is actually 230 grams. And ask me how much I got this soap for. 230 grams of soap. I got it for 600 naira. 600 naira, imagine. Not up to 300 grams. And I got for, and it's a laundry soap. It's a multi-purpose soap. So don't be afraid to increase the price of your soap because you need